Sports. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go.
Second down, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's King. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Here we go.
On first down, Murray. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day. All day. Here we go. Chinese Ringo. Chinese on the Ringo. Chinese on the Ringo.
Cousins now on second down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there.
Listen to me.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Liz 5-3, Liz 5-3. Here we go. Hey, Rip 5-2, on here.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Solid.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Wentz now on 1st down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Ajayi. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
On the mark. Drag it.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Lefty.
Black safety creep.
Wrap.
Kill.
Liz 5-7.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Sherrills to return it. And shedding through the tackle. A second broken tackle. A big-time return there. 40 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Cousins. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike, 53.
Hey, Ringo, 48.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Forced out to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Play action now. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Brandon Graham. In there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
You got 4.
Wait, hot.
Maybe a free play here. Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him.
Here we go in the energy. Rhino!
Switch.
Here we go. Hey, flipper.
Right there. Check right.
Black. We're going. Let's go. Patient.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
What's that?
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. To throw is Wentz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
That was first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 13 yards that time at a first.
Let's go. Great.
They run with Pumphrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Let's 5-2. Let's 5-2.
Right there. 54, right there.
This is a Johnny. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now Wentz, and complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And that one results in 35 yards.
Hang in there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Great 15, great 15.
On first down, Wentz. Able to shake him off. Being chased out left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They run with Ajayi. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Run. Hey, Lou.
They run again with Ajayi. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And he's brought down after a good gain. And that one results in 35 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Fletcher Cox busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Ringo.
Right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Here we go.
Cousins now from the 50. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long for Cousins. Inside caught by Diggs. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Now Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Cousins again. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with a giant. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And an alley to run. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Oh, and Elliott has pushed it to the right. It is no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Hey. 4 down.
350.
SOS.
Again, it's Murray. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Ram. Lefty.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. Fighting to stay upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Let's go. Hey, Lion.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Able to get away. And incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he's able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Black. Lion. 46 down, man. 5-4.
Coming after you.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They go with Murray again, and he's got Rome. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
A first down throw for Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
58.
Yellow.
58, the mic.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Hicks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Black. Move.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's a dive. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. From midfield, here's Wentz. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. On the run, it's Pumphrey. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, stash.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Following the interception, Cousins. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Leave it. Ring up 48.
They go play action. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, This feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's King. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The result, a first down, as a quick slant gets him 14. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Cousins on first down, and he'll find Thielen on the right side. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Cousins, firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. They find some open field here. The 20. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I mean, you're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And they'll run it here. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Don't go. 120.
Right there, 54, right there.
Ram.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight defense.
Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now out comes Minnesota. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got him in. Complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, and even 40 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Michael Bannon in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon.
Listen to me. Yellow.
2nd down, Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on. And maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense. Just take care of it, and they got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
On the ball, Sunday. 81. Fort Tokyo. Sunday. Red 5-7.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.